Hi, and greetings from Boston. My name is Natalia Hunik, and I'm a Global Head of Sales at Advanced Markets. This video is brought to you by Advanced Markets, world's leading prime of prime and FX liquidity provider. So today we wanted to discuss the topic that is on a lot of our viewers' mind, and that is, how do you negotiate the best possible deal with your FX liquidity provider? Get ready to hear from industry's most experienced experts.
So some of the tips would be, when you're trying to negotiate a good liquidity deal with a brokerage, is to give a good profile of what type of trader you are, what type of trading you participate in, past volumes that you've done, how much volume you plan on bringing with the deposits that you have there, if you're going to be using a robot or if it's going to be manual, if you're going to be holding long-term strategies or this is going to be a short-term or medium-term type of holding pattern. Explaining fully exactly what you plan on doing with the broker will always help you out in these types of terms. So another tip that you could probably use, if you're looking at apples to apples or brokers to brokers, you have to use existing proposals. If you're using an existing proposal from a B book to bring to an A book, that may not make some sense, as there's different cost structures attached to the different brokers. I would suggest using apples to apples, where one STP proposal or existing proposal could be compared to another STP. So now when you're negotiating with a liquidity provider, some of the tips for the brokers would be, have some realistic goals on the volumes. You can exaggerate, but don't go too far, because they may have some sort of contingency plan built within the agreements. If you exaggerate too much, maybe in 6 months down the road, there's going to be some issues where promises were not kept, and the liquidity provider may renege or actually have a kick-in clause that would suffer your good negotiated deal.
You might be familiar with the term NOP. It stands for net open position, and you might be wondering, why should you be bringing this up in your negotiations? Well, net open position really governs the way that Prime Brokerage margins its clients. As you can see on the screenshot of the CityFX Prime Brokerage platform, CityFX margins its clients based on the NOP limit. It's not how it works in the retail world, where we are more familiar with margining based on leverage. In the interbank market, the rules are different. Net open position limit is the maximum NOP as an aggregate that the Prime Brokerage client can have outstanding at any point of time, as directed by the Prime Broker. The Prime Broker will determine NOP limit based on the risk that the instrument carries. So if we are speaking about some exotic currency pairs, their NOP limit will be lower. Why, again, is it important to bring up the NOP concept when you are negotiating the deal with liquidity provider? It's important because this is a measure of risk. This is how your liquidity provider will assess the risk associated with your strategy. So if you're an intraday trader and you're not planning on carrying 100 million NOP on gold throughout the weekend, you might be in a good position to negotiate the best possible conditions.
Technology the brokerage is using will instantly show me how professional they are. If the broker is using enterprise-level technology provider, I would typically conclude they care for quality and have high standards for their partners. I would pursue such brokerage in a heartbeat and will make sure they get the most competitive deal. On the other hand, if the broker setup is utilizing low-end retail solutions, I will conclude more due diligence to verify the business case. The next negotiation point is very personal and fully depends on how comfortable is the contact with the given liquidity provider and salesperson. How likely are direct referrals from this contact? If they are feasible, I will not only discuss the best possible terms, but also will find the ways to help this contact through my international network.
When buying a house in the United States, before the bank extends the loan to you, they will check your credit score. And this is an assessment of your creditworthiness. When you're applying for a trading account with liquidity provider, things are a little bit more ambiguous. So you need to tell your liquidity provider about your business to establish your credibility. Do you have any notable investors? Has your business been around for a long, extended period of time, and has there been any notable successes that you would like to share? All of this will help you to get the best deal because you established the credibility, and now you are a business that is worth fighting for. Thank you for listening. And remember, getting the best deal for yourself does not necessarily mean getting what you want at the cheapest possible price. If you like the video, please visit our website for more information or follow us on Twitter and Facebook.